Well, okay. Can you believe the final unit is here? Pedal has, of course, completely hit the metal now. I feel like it's been a fun class. I think you've looked at a lot of really interesting movies. I'm sure you like some better than others. I understand that. But I hope that between the textbook and viewing the films that I selected, it's kind of really opened your eyes to a new way, a new form of viewing movies. Okay. So writing your analysis is really critical now. You're bringing everything together that you learned in the textbook, everything you've learned from looking at the movies, everything you've learned from the quizzes. You're bringing it all together into a final product, right? That's called a movie analysis. It's not a movie review. All right. You're not expected in this analysis to say, I like it, I don't like it, the movie's wonderful, the movie's great, the movie sucks, whatever. You're not doing that, okay? Instead, you're breaking the movie down into its component parts as outlined in the textbook, and then you're explaining how those parts work to the reader, okay? You're showing the reader what those parts are, what they look like, how they actually work, okay? Not even say they work or they don't work. I mean, you can have a little bit of yourself in there, and I think if you look at the student examples, you'll see that, okay? So the document that's called, let me go back over here to the Moodle, okay? And so the document that's called Writing the Analysis, it's a key document. I've made a couple of my own comments on there with yellow highlighting, and it shows you exactly how to unfold this analysis, and it gives you two sample papers so you get the correct tone. This is kind of an academic or business-like tone. It's not this gushing kind of, oh, this is a wonderful movie or that kind of thing. It's not like that, okay? It's a very straightforward, very neutral tone, very informative tone. You're writing to inform here, not necessarily to persuade or to argue or to rave or to not rave, that kind of thing. So avoid things like I feel. You don't need to say I feel or I like it or I don't like it. You don't have to call it wonderful. You don't have to say the movie's wonderful, the music's wonderful. You can, use more neutral words like very effective or is not effective, things like that, okay? So I think if you read the examples, you'll be really, really on top of exactly what I'm looking for here. I'm saying 14 to 1,500 words. That's not hard to reach, okay? Use plenty of specific examples from the movie. Talk about the dialogue. Talk about the music. Give a couple of examples of the dialogue. Talk about the costumes. Talk about these issues and give the reader some examples so they can see what you're talking about. You'll easily get to this number of words. This is not difficult, okay? There is a quiz because it's over the chapter reading. Please do the quiz first. All right, get that done, get that submitted because that helps set you up to actually write the review. The review goes first to the peer review discussion. So it's underneath the bottom of the lesson 6. All right, it's called discussion forum peer review. Get your paper put in there. Look at as many other papers as you can, okay, that are there in a timely fashion. Then revise your paper accordingly. And one of the neat things about peer review is it's often not so much what a student says that helps you, but rather it's you get help yourself when you're looking at other students' papers, kind of comparing those to the models, comparing those to your own writing. It's kind of like a triangle. And you get that kind of worked out in your head and say, okay, here's where I fit in. Here's what I can do to improve my paper now that I've read these other papers. You recognize good writing when you see it. You can't always do it, but you do recognize it, okay? So I think it's been a really fun class. Please get a hold of me if you have any questions. But we are at the end. Please check the course calendar for the due date. We have no choice. We have to finish this class on time. There's no such thing as late now or anything like that. We must be done by the due date in the course calendar because I have to submit the grades. There's no method of submitting late grades. There's no method of incomplete. We don't do that, okay? You have to get the work done. You have to get it submitted. So please, I've enjoyed the class. Enjoy writing this analysis. Remember, it's not a review. It's not a rave. It's a, this is how the movie works. Here are its component parts. Here's how they work together to create this kind of movie, to create an effective movie or a not so effective movie. So, okay, get to work and you'll be in good shape.